帆船啊，那我们也失约了。
Beta. Farrell.
靠北贝塔华尔死，贝塔被抓。
Where am I?
为什么那个提尔那个？对啊，这个啊，提尔达。
I imagine you must still be in a great deal of pain. I can assure you that we are safe. The others can't detect us here.
提尔达为什么会帮我们
You must be Tilda.
I wasn't sure if Beta would have told you about me.
Where is she?
Alive. And while she isn't where she wants to be, not in urgent danger. We must discuss how to get her back, of course, after you've shaken off the cobwebs. When you're ready, take the stairs down the hall and come see me. In the meantime, I'll make breakfast.
Breakfast. Okay.
怎么回事啊？为什么他会突然帮我们呢、啊？流传千秋。
What is this?
Just a few favorites from my collection. Rescued and stored here just before I went off-world. Take a look, if you like. I'm curious to hear your impressions.
My friend is dead. Beta and Gaia are gone, and you want me to look at old paintings?
现在不
Don't
能
be
什
so
么意思？
quick to dismiss the comfort we can find in art, or the insight we might gain. The Gust, by Willem van de Velde,
狂
the most
风
famous of his many maritime paintings.
A ship crossing into the unknown. I guess you're familiar with that.
Indeed, which is why I appreciate this composition in particular. Though waves and wind threaten to destroy the ship, it perseveres, clinging to the light even as darkness closes in all around it. My favorite pairing on the left is Woman Reading a Letter by Vermeer, a true
维
master.
梅尔
And
像
on
啊
the right is a forgery, Woman Reading Music, which fooled experts into believing it was a priceless original. Early in my career, I became fascinated with such deceptions. Eventually, I developed scanning software that could detect fakes with unparalleled accuracy.
哇，
Is
现
that
在
how
都
you
可以
made
这
enough
样。
money to buy your way onto the Odyssey?
Oh no. I made my real fortune later. Celine and Endymion. She's the
平
goddess
凡的
of the
牧
moon,
羊人，
whereas he's a simple shepherd. Beside her is the god of love, Cupid.
小只的那个是丘比特
Sneaking up on him?
More like visiting him in secret. The torch that Cupid bears represents Celine's undying infatuation with him. Though the two must remain apart, her love will forever burn. This is Rembrandt painting Jeremiah, a man in mourning.
Mourning what?
His home. The ancient city of Jerusalem. He foresaw its impending doom, but could do nothing to prevent it. So instead, he saved its treasures from destruction, just as I saved these works. You could say we're kindred spirits. A portrait of the painter, Rembrandt's son Titus, depicted in the
这个
habit
蛮
of a
帅的。
monk.
I don't get it. Why would someone like you with infinite resources, care about this painting of a boy in a hood?
It's not the image itself, but the feeling it conveys. The face is bright and defined, but his eyes are downcast, heavy with misfortune. And the background seems to swallow all light. The painting is infused with a sense of loss.
I guess I understand how the painter feels.
Rembrandt's The Night Watch, by far the most famous painting my homeland ever produced. It was commissioned to honor a militia made up of influential citizens.
I guess you must have been an influential citizen.
In my day. But not as influential as you've been in this new world.
Where is the ship going?
To a faraway land, most likely. My ancestors used ships like these to explore the world, sometimes at great cost.
What were they looking for?
新大陆
Anything of value. They were traders willing to face unknown dangers to make their fortunes. But no matter how far they went, they always turned their sails home. Stunning, isn't it? Paintings weren't the only masterpieces of my people's golden age. This is Van Vianen's lidded ewer, molded from a single sheet of silver.
What was it for?
How like Elizabeth you are. Function over form. Its practical
工
purpose
程
was
师
less
不是都
important
这样
than its
吗？
meaning.
重视功能。
Van Vianen created it in honor of his late brother, who himself was a famous silversmith.
A memorial.
Yes. Such beauty from sorrow.
A lot of weight on his shoulders. I know the feeling.
Done so soon?
I've got more important things to worry about.
There you are. Feeling better?
How did you find us? At the cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see. Well, suffice it to say we were keeping a very close eye on Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us, and as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
Oh, 在这种森林里面吃这样早餐
This
哦
was your house. The one you recreated for Beta, in the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you. Please, this way.
能不能给我一套你的装备啊？
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
They're not my people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them, and lived with them for 1,000 years before coming back. So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
啊？
I held focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen.
Incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life.
可爱吧？
1,000 years at my back, and I haven't even come close. I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are Elizabeth's blood. With her drive, her sense of mission, her integrity. Watching all this shamed me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
Even if it means stopping your friends?
Especially so. Please, sit down.
Sit down, please.
There. That's
你没倒东西出来啊，靠北啊。
Now, we must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now, you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere. Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us immortals. This process will kill every living thing on the planet. He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship. A complete collection of human knowledge. With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
I do wish you would stop calling them my friends. And they're not
他一直
invincible.
要撇清关系。
In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Silence.
Oh, he's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Yeah. Regala and her rebels.
Even now, she's preparing a final march on the Tenakth capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him. Along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Yes, he's found a way to circumvent our shields. Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me. You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about. While Silence and my friends are busy battling each other, we'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you know. They will compel her if need be. But her life is... She's the only one who...
Because you people made her to be nothing.
Idea, not mine. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any... That's why I created the data channel.
So this channel you share...
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from... It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
And you cut off all contact.
Yes. Though it pained me. I was worried...
She felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comfort, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems hard, but you must believe that her well-being...
Why did you make the data channel look like this?
I built this house as a shelter, a safe place. Cultural artifacts of ink, truly some of the greatest
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact. She needed its shelter even more than...
My old focus.
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving, I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic, Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunter. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. Old. You were like a splash of color on a worn canvas.
Did you show us?
Of course not. It was your action. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron. You'd be...
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
Beta told me your call that you came back to Earth because...
It's true. After we reached our destination, a plan, we spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in equities. It took a cataclysm out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological... We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop. Only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth. Left to us.
Which you decided to make for anyone else.
Not me. He believes it's better to wipe the camp, work around the smudges. Primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank slate to please us. But we will stop him.
So you know all about me?
What would you like to know?
Well?
When I was 8, thousands drowned, my parents included. My guardian, among my peers, all because of circumstance.
Oh.
Aren't we? You were an outcast. Neither did I. First from the technical, profitable expertise, but as it turned out, the software I developed was even more. From there, it was only a short step to...
You were a spy?
More like a servant. I had to remain anonymous to protect my... But despite that...
What happened when Far Zenith approached?
They painted an irresistible vision of human, one where we need not fear illness or death. It was only later that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Pharaoh's machines were devouring the earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a birth. I wanted Liz to come.
What exactly is your...
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation, a passage that only I can enter. When silence, we will enter through this backbiting.
哦，所以我们要偷偷在那。
Once we're inside the base, where will we find Beta?
Here, in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery, when others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
So you didn't know the other Zeniths were monsters until it was too late?
I knew some of them were. Certainly. It wasn't until we were off-planet that I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality. They built a colony where or fantasy could be endlessly savored, and it wasn't life. As the decades passed, I withdrew more alone yet again. But this time with eons to consider. Now finally, having met you, I feel like I have a second chance.
To do what?
Help you to fulfill Liz's dream, a better future for humanity.
好了，他可
How do
能
you know about Silence's plan?
他可能跟我们一样。
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? He gave additional focuses to the tribals
The ones working with Regala.
By tapping their focuses, the distribution of override technology, the arming of Tanakh rebel.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can take down your
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it will work with it and the Tanakh army. Such a shame.
Regala's only interested in killing. What does she have to gain by?
It's the price without the ability to overthrow her little rebellion.
So she trades with the Sons of...
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into... And all without ever knowing who the Sons of... Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still that blind spot is what will allow us to take Beta and...
While hundreds of Tanakh died. So you knew Elizabeth.
Liz was everything she was, and more. You've managed to distill her greatest...
I'm not asking about...
The honest answer. For all the time that I spent with her, she always gave was like...
Regala's...
Oi,
What
call me.
It's price she without the over her little...
So the Son...
In on the base. Pride and on who this... Yet that...
Well, died. So when...
Not aloof. It was a summit in Paris. Because Liz gave... She had already achieved great renown for her. But in her address, she was an AI-driven system, but actually take responsibility.
To care about life.
Revolutionary stuff. I watched her after her. She had spoken with such moral authority, such empathy. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her. It was as if giving the talk had... I didn't want to be a pest, so I
So how did you find...
picked the right... The morning of the next day, she had just had her call. She was fresh, rested, colleagues. I asked if I
哦，
could
他
walk
都
with her.
在他的计划中了。
Then put thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't, but she was very welcoming. Previously, it was only halfway exactly who I was. My business was trafficking in anonymity, so that was Liz. I came to view our meeting as a mentorship. She always seemed to know me when I knew her.
I guess I know the feeling. First Varl. Now Hikaru and the Tanakh. Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
If it looks impossible, look deeper. Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tanakh survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it.
哎呦，谈条件哦。他那个姿势超智障的。贝塔。这贝塔怎么看起来好像真的有点变老了？贝塔。
What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
Beta, can you hear me? You're alive. They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra protection for long. You should have killed me. No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise. Okay? I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge.
他故意不讲给他听。
Then I think it can be done. I'll contact connect again when it's time. Can you hold on?
As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Sylens' army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
头
Without Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister. Will be Sylens' only option for crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later. But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
啊，还有这么多事哦，干
And what are those?
Lay my friend to rest.
哦，
And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regala's rebellion. From the air.
Wait. Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tenat.
这啥小？
The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regala's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring Sylens to the table.
Not if. When. Erend,
希
are
尔
you
达
there?
的大宅。
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... we're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
Just to let you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Great. I take it the other Zeniths can't hear us?
Of course not. And they don't know.
Looks like there's more to this place. I'm sure Tilda won't
荷
mind me
鲁斯
hanging
电
around.
池，
How to get through these vines?
Huh? 这么小。金属花在哪？
Guess it's not gonna hurt it much.
靠北这里也有一只哦。哦，林北熊姐本兽。 好了，来了吧。那金属花在哪？干，赶快配。不是啊，这里是哪里啊？哦，这个是边边角角这里哦。哦，这边哦。2033鹿特丹，洪水哦，这是他讲的那个。他那个金属花这样要怎么打？
Get used to this.
在笑。搞不懂他要这样跳是冲很小的。看起来像个厕所。是啊，那边到底要怎么弄啊？靠北算了啦，妈的烦死了！找这个妈，这个嘞，我们要回基地是不是？他那个什么握左还是什么的。